Hi friends, this is Leslie from Mermaid Cove Studio, and I am on today to do a CraftspirAtion collaboration Christmas in July edition. Now, this is our 4th week. We did every Sunday for our collab, and we invited some friends along, and whoever could make it participated. Summertime is really busy for everyone, so we get it. Denise and I decided Christmas in July, Sundays, and we didn't do like a regular hop or anything like that. We just did Christmas in July. Now, I chose to work with Prima. I love this collection. I'm going to show that to you. It is, and I will tell you, I don't have much of it left. This is an older pack of paper. It's called Sugar Cookie. It's Frank Garcia collection. It's a Christmas collection, and I love it. And I've had it for a little bit. So I believe this came out 5 years ago. I didn't have any ephemera or anything like that for it. Or I may have, and I probably used it way back when I first got it. But I loved it. I did all of my projects with that collection. And I'm just going to do a quick recap and then show you what I did for the last one. Okay, I started off with this one here is a December daily and planner. So December daily and planner. I try to cram them together because I always think that that's how I'm going to use them. And I'm going to be honest, I love to make them. I love adding the stuff. I don't always add things. I'm going to try really hard. So you'll see this one come back again in December, and I'm going to work on it. I'm going to see if I can make it happen. But I certainly did enjoy making it. New techniques that I did this laced up spine, and I don't remember where I saw it. Something like it. Whatever technique I did is me winging it, flying by the seat of my pants. I did a TN, a traveler's notebook style, because you can add and subtract pages, and I really love the idea of that. So if you want a full look at this, you can go back to the beginning of July, July 5th, I believe, for my video. I might go ahead and put my little playlist in the box below. But I did a little bit of stuff. This is my hubby. His birthday is in December. My granddaughter Aria's birthday is in December. So I put this one in because I just happen to have this out. It's our anniversary next month, and I just happen to actually have this picture out because I have an anniversary Paper Sisters hop, and we're going to use that picture. But this is here now to show you. This is going to start my my book. And I only did a few little things in here because I think as you're journaling and going along, you kind of have to, I can't decorate all the pages knowing what it's going to be like. But there's enough to do. Like the first signature, there are 3 signatures in here. There is room to add anything else if I want. But I started off and I did a couple little pockets here to kind of get it started. I've got a pocket here with acetate. I can pull that out, and that's just some things, paper to work with. I did this little book here, and it's got a pocket right back here to add pictures, journaling. This one here, we can just pull it out and add pictures and journaling. Some days are going to have more things. In December, I usually do a little family gathering with my kids and my grandkids, and we do cookies and we do some Christmas projects. I've got another tip out here with some tags in it. So stuff to work with in here. This was one of the projects that I tried and loved and added it to my journal. So this I can pull out and I can make it a tag. There's some tags in here, so I could make this a card if I want to, but most likely this will be on the day that is my husband's birthday. I will use that because that one's a little extra. And then I just have a lot of blank pages, but I also did paper clips. I love making paper clips. You can use ephemera, you can use beads, whatever you want to do. I was really caught up in making flowers, so this is what I added to it for now, to my journal. And all I did was take, you can just tell, it's a small slip of scrap paper, fold it in half. I used hot glue, and then I put the beautiful poinsettia on here, which I made a ton of these for all of these projects. I love making flowers. And this just happens to be my favorite die, which I believe is a Scrap Diva die. I'm not even sure at this moment, but I love it. I've had it for a little while. So I choose this one often because it has two good sizes in here. You can see I just folded some pages. And because of the style of journal it is, I can add more pages. So here is my first signature, and I've got some additional scrap paper in here to work with. My second signature has folder space, so I'll take this one here. I can do this and use whatever I need to add in here. And then more of the flowers. This one, not a flower, it's just that scrap piece of paper and a half pearl that I glued on. And then we're just gonna zip through this one. Here I put some more papers back here to use along the way. And then, so that's my December daily part, is the first two signatures. Maybe some personal journaling, whatever I want to do with it. Now the second part is my planner part. I've got my paper clips in here, and this part here, the paper is different, but I think it works well enough, and I can glue these, staple, whatever, make pockets, make a grocery list, make a pocket for receipts for gifts. I can put addresses in here. I print up an address label thing that I can just add it right into here, or add it here into the pocket. So that is my third, and the papers are beautiful. It was something I got off of Etsy some time ago. I love to just print up some paper and use it. And then here's some guest checks. But I did this as a lay flat style. What I did do that I didn't have done was the cover of it. And I did it the same style as I did my banner. So I popped it up off of the book. I did it in layers. And I did a bunch of poinsettias. I did 4. It's very similar to the next project. But this is just a recap of this project. I love doing it. And my goal this year, genuinely, is to use it. And maybe I'll take you guys along for that journey. So watch for it in December. If all goes well, we will be journaling that. Sorry about the bumping. And then I did my banner, and I love making banners. Now, again, there were parts of this that I hadn't finished, so I'm going to share that with you today. I think what I had mentioned was I had ordered some beads, some letter beads, to put across the top of there. I was just trying something new. It made me, when I put this on here like this, I thought, oh my gosh, that would be cute. So it says Merry Christmas, and it says bright. So Merry and bright, or Merry Christmas. Either way, you can put whatever words that are letters and words that you want. But that's what I did. So I finished that one. And all of my flowers I got crazy stickles. Love, love, love. Haven't had them in a long, long time. And then I got some, and I've been using them like crazy. So this was week 2 of Christmas in July. Week 3, I'm going to take you off my stand and just travel with you a little bit here because this is a big one. Now, this project is an advent calendar. I was like, go big or go home, and I went big, and I am home. But Merry Christmas. I did my beautiful flowers, and I finished them. I put the centers on, so the same as all the rest of the flowers. These are just ginormous. I love these half pearls with the gold bead cap or flower centers. You open this up. Now remember, it's the same paper. I've been using the same collection. And this is what I did. So we've got 24 boxes. And I think what I didn't show you, seriously, was that these are a good size. These little boxes are 2 by 2. And they're going to fit some pretty good stuff in here. Quite a bit of little treats. Now, I'm probably gifting this one to someone. And I don't want to say who because I want it to be a surprise. But I'll fill it up with some little goodies and then gift it. It's somebody I had a conversation with this about and memories and stuff, and I loved the story. So, but I used my shadow box punch by We Are Memory Keepers. I will put the link down below where I get the measurements or rough measurements, because now I have a bunch of measurements, but now I've been just taking paper and sticking it in and working with it. This one I had to modify a little bit to be in here for the size and for the letters. So I did Noel and I did Joy. I love my little fairy lights. That just really lights it up. And then my beautiful flowers. I'm just crazy about them. I added some leaves to go right along with that. And then I did all the little boxes. I made 24 little boxes. Some stay closed better than others. This I'll work on. But I got all the numbers on here. And I did them a slimline number. I just want to see them, but I didn't want them to jump out at me. I mean, in the video, you can obviously see that they're there. But they're all there. And what I had done with this one here, this was from an 8 by 8 from the paper. And I started up in the corner and I measured out so that I could use, and what it literally is almost 2 pages of 8 by 8. But I started and ended so that it looks like a full page. It coordinates. It absolutely is wonderful. I really love how that turned out. Okay, now I'm going to bring you over here to today's project. And sorry about the movement, but that's the only way that this is going to work today. So for my last project for Christmas in July, I did a recipe box. Now, what I do for the holidays is I plan a party for my kids and my grandkids where we bake. Usually I bake the cookies and they just decorate and eat, which I love. Or we'll do a challenge with a gingerbread house and they'll decorate it, and somehow I'm supposed to pick the best one. How do you do that with your kids? I have a hard time with that because they're all good. So they're all winners in my eyes, and they are really good at, and they're very competitive, very competitive. It's a lot of fun to be a fly on the wall and watch that situation, actually. And then I do Christmas morning. My kids and grandkids come over for breakfast. And for later in the day, maybe if we usually do breakfast around 9 a.m., I usually go ahead and I will plan moving along here. I plan the breakfast meal, and I try to do as much the day before as I can. So I'm just putting things in the oven, and it's usually some kind of either breakfast sandwiches with, everybody loves cinnamon rolls, coffee, orange juice. It's that simple. Then the kids and the grandkids open up presents, and it's a sight to be seen. There's so much joy and pleasure in all of it. And then everybody goes off to where they need to go. Some will come back for later to have early dinner, which includes my mom, my dad, my siblings, and some of the kids and the grandkids. Not everybody comes back because they usually have other places to go. But the best part is that I had my kids and grandkids for breakfast and opening of presents. We don't do presents for anyone. We just do them for the grandkids. And then we play a white elephant, or find the Christmas pickle, which is a lot of fun. And I let the grandkids get to do the breakfast one, and the gift is age appropriate. And then the adults get to do one in the afternoon or early evening for Christmas. So it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. But let me take you a little tour around this. It's a little bit hard. Like I said, I went big. There a lot of work, a lot of love went into making this. Again, I've got my little fairy lights. I was still thinking about putting Casa de Pico, which is my house, and then having a bakery and having a diner. It's, breakfast and dinner usually. But what I did is I made a box, and this box is, I'm going to measure for you. It is 7 by 4.5, almost about 4.5. I did some little wooden beads for the feet because I didn't have any more of the Tim Holtz fancy feet. So I'll have to find more of those. Apparently I've been using them, and I've had them for a very, very long time, but I've used them up. So if I find those, I might change this out, but I think that creates a little whimsy, which I love that too. It doesn't have to all be perfectly matching. I did some flowers in the front. These little hearts are the cutouts from here. This is a Scrap Diva die, and it is one of the first dies that I purchased with one other one way back when I went, oh my gosh, I love those dies. You can do whatever you want with them. So I made 2 of the houses shorter. I've got acetate in here. My original thought was I was going to put the lights down inside of here, but really right up here along the top on the icing edge was sufficient. I loved it. I went ahead and I printed up different types of recipe cards, trying to figure out what size I really wanted. So this would fit a 5 by 7 recipe card, or let me see, I put them all here towards the back. I did I'll talk about the making of the box because it was interesting what my thought process was. To me anyway, I had to really think about it, whether I wanted to make the box over again because it's so wide, or if I was going to make stationary areas here. And I decided to use a mini album bookbinding system where I would just, it doesn't turn like a page would turn. I just needed this to stand up. I wanted it to stand up. I did not want it to lean all over the place. So I used that and I glued these cards onto that bookbinding system. And I glued it down to the bottom. So it's pretty stable. I'm not mad that it moves a little bit at all. I think it does. It's going to require movement, but not too much. I didn't do lots of file areas, although I could still separate that if I wanted to. So baking, breakfast, and family dinner is that'll be the recipes that are going to go in here. I'll do one for Halloween because sometimes I will do a Halloween party and we just eat some kind of soup, and sometimes we decorate cookies. It just depends. But I like the idea of, I do not have like a recipe box sitting on my counter, but during Christmas, I always have, my kitchen is decorated like in a gingerbread bakery type thing. This is more fancy than my gingerbread bakery stuff that I have on the countertop, but it's going to go up there. So I chose different types of cards from my collection of goodies, and I have in my files different types of printouts. So I really liked these, and this matches the theme that's already in my kitchen for the holidays, kind of the gingerbread. I have the old school Pampered Chef train molds for gingerbread. And I also have the gingerbread house one. Those are really old. I don't even know if you can get those anymore, but I haven't used them in a while, but we used to use them every year. We either did, somebody would do a train or somebody would do a house. It was a lot of fun. But this one here is to put recipes on. Now, I did not add any recipes on here just yet. I haven't chosen my recipes for this year. I'm not that far ahead yet, but I'll think about them, and as I find them, and I usually find cool like casseroles, things that are easy to feed the masses, because my family is actually quite large, six kids, 5 grandkids, and significant others. It's a big show first thing in the morning. It's a blast. But I like this recipe card. And then I thought about these as dividers between, but I don't know yet. There was also this collection, which is the gingerbread house. And again, these are all things that I have in my collection. And I just printed them up so that you could see. This one here, let me measure, about 4 by 6. That's a 4 by 6. This one here, also roughly 4 by 6. I think those are the few that I chose. There was also, I liked this one too. It's too tall, and it's really tiny in here. But, that's something that can be used. And I thought I would store most of this in the back, except for the ones that I was going to use. Store them in the back. And then I also had this one here. I could do a grocery list. Now, I can put this one in my planner because that's usually where I plan my parties. But I could also put this in here as I write my list and send my sweet husband off to buy the groceries for the big day. So I have 2 places that those will and can go. And even these recipes cards can go into my my December daily or my planner, and then I can put them where they belong. So I've got 1, 2, 3, really there's 4 spaces, but really what I'm looking for is my baking of the sugar cookies. And sometimes I cheat and I use the packaged ones and just roll them out, or I use the dry and add the wet ingredient packaged ones. And then sometimes, and I think last year, a couple years ago, I actually found like the best sugar cookie recipe, and I have it saved, and I will just put it on one of these cards and leave it in here so that I always have it. My baking depends nowadays on how much is going on. Sometimes we travel during the month of December because it's my husband's birthday. And so it just depends on what's going on and what's going to happen. But I hope that you have enjoyed all of the projects. I love crafting Christmas. I absolutely love and adore it. And, you know, all the different projects that you can do. I'm somewhat methodical in the things that I do. These are the things, my December daily and planner. I make one every year, whether I use it or not. Doesn't even matter to me. It's just the fact that I make it, and it's a process that I enjoy doing. I always do banners. A lot of times I do banners with my grandkids on the day that we do crafts and cookies, we call it, and I send an invite out and I make sure we have all the supplies. And so we'll do a banner, we'll make an ornament and take a bunch of pictures. And then I'm always hunting and gathering for recipes. Why not have a beautiful spot to put them in? So, but I hope that you enjoyed my process, my collection of goodies. I will have links to Denise, and we'll go see what Denise has on her Christmas in July today. I'm sure it will be absolutely stunning. She is amazing and a lot of fun to partner up with. I've had so much fun doing this CraftspirAtion collaboration with her. We have been doing this for almost a year now and pumping out projects and doing different collabs. I'm hoping some of my other paper sisters will join for our last one. Their links will be down below. We'll see what they've got, but definitely go like, go share, commenting kindness only, my friends. If you want to do a collab with us, just let us know in the link below, or go find us on Instagram. I'm Lily6. You can message me, or you can message Denise at Denise AbateSmith and on Instagram, and you can absolutely do a collab with us. We are working on several different collabs. Just join us and subscribe so you can see what's going on. All right, my friends, thank you so much. Happy Christmas in July, and we'll see you on the next video.